This is Gregory. You're live on the air.
Hi, Mr. Morgan. How are you?
I'm excellent. Thank you.
Good, good. I have a question to ask you. I've met a gentleman who is more of a friend than anything, because I met him through friends, and he's mentioned that he's interested in me and he'd like to get to know me, but he's been divorced once.
Yeah.
He's in his mid-30s, and he shows more like he's interested, but he acts or talks different. His words are different than his actions, and I'm getting confused. So I'm trying to see how I can deal with this. Like, he mentions that he likes to get to know me. He has introduced me to his mother, but in front of other people. It wasn't just us alone. And like, he hugs me and kisses me in front of friends, but then at the same time, he says that he's not sure, he needs time and all that. And I feel like I might be starting to get hurt, and I can't put myself through that. So I wanted to get your opinion and see what you think.
Well, let me ask you a few questions about time.
Sure.
How long was he married?
I believe he was married. He was in that relationship for about 5-6 years, but I think he was only married for about 2 years.
And how long has he been divorced?
About a year or so.
Okay, so when he's telling you that he's interested in you, I believe that that's true if he's showing if he's you know, having you meet his parents and so forth.
Yes.
And
I feel it, and I notice it for sure. You're right. Okay.
Yeah. So that's probably an authentic feeling, and that he says that he needs some time. That's also accurate.
Okay.
Okay. It's
okay.
You can understand that it may be possible to meet somebody, be totally want to have a relationship with them, and know that you're not ready.
Right.
Right? Can you see how that's possible?
Yes.
Right? Yes. There's a lot of things that I would like to do, but I'm just not ready. And so I go about, if I'm really committed to them, then I go about the business of getting myself ready.
Right.
Right?
Okay.
I go about the business of getting myself ready so that I can do those things and do them right. Mm-hmm. Because I can tell you something, getting married is one thing, getting divorced is really something else. It's not, it's not pretty. I don't care how nice the people are. Getting divorced is an ugly thing to have happen in your life, and it doesn't feel good.
Right.
And it doesn't feel good for a long time. And so what is kind of predictable statistically is if a man or a woman, but men are more likely to do this, gets into a relationship too soon after a divorce, that then that relationship doesn't work out.
Right.
You know, in other words, and as a man, I can say I've been there. I've been divorced, and I've had that happen. You see,
right?
And so I can tell you that from the inside, from my own experience and point of view, is that and I can tell. I'll share with you. I mean, this happened with my wife, Dr. Azita Sayan. I met her. I knew she was the one, and I'd only, you know, I just got divorced.
Right.
And I was going crazy because I knew that if I married her then, at that time, that I would just mess it up because I was emotionally not 100% myself yet. See, when a man marries, and this happens with a woman, but you are much more elastic, if you will. Women are much more pliable, so you get broken, but you sort of mend yourself and get yourself back together a lot better than men do. Men are a little more rigid emotionally, and when they get broken, something gets broken in us, it can stay broken for a long time, and we'll just you know, we'll what they say, suck it up, swallow it, you know, move on. Yeah. But still, we're carrying something inside that's not right yet. Yeah,
right.
And
like I really truly care about him because, as I said, he's a friend more than anything to me, and I totally understand what he's. I mean, I've never been divorced. I've had a bad relationship. I've gone through breakups, and I don't want him to, I really feel for him, I really feel his hurt, and I don't want him to go through this. But at the same time, I don't want to get hurt myself. Like, I totally understand, and I honestly don't want to go through I don't want to push him, and I don't want to
So
have
don't.
a relationship that starts like that. I don't want to be a rebound, basically.
Yeah, don't push.
But at the same time, I sort of feel like I want to know where I stand, because I see how he shows me that he cares, but then his words change sometimes, and it's just very confusing. So I know that I have to give him that time.
Yes.
I just don't, like, he has mentioned to a friend that I've heard him say that she is ready for something else and she wants something more. But honestly, I have to, like, one thing I know is I definitely have to get to know him before I actually say that he's the one, because I don't know him to that extent. But at the same time, is that okay, or is that right for me to say that I know what I want and I don't want to waste my time on someone that just doesn't know what he wants? Is that...
Well, I think that would be a short-sighted thing to say. How old are you?
I'm 28.
Okay. So you're at a time in your life where it would be appropriate to begin to find a mate for your life. Yes?
Right.
And do you have feelings for this man?
I do.
Okay. And he obviously says he has feelings for you, and I'm sure he does. Here's the thing. I could tell you exactly what to say. I don't know if you can live it, though. See, it's not...
Okay, no.
If you say this and it's not true for you, then you'll make a bigger mess. You see? So this would have to come from you, and so you just can try this on and see if this is something that you could live, not just say. Do you hear the difference? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it would be appropriate to say, I have feelings for you, because that's true, yes?
Yeah.
I have feelings for you, and I care about you, and I would like for us to have a relationship that works.
Right.
That's all true. Okay,
yeah.
Good. And I'm not in a hurry. Now, if you are in a hurry, don't lie about it. Right?
Okay, no, I'm not. I
but
want to give him that time.
I'm not in a hurry, and I know that you've been married. You've been with this woman for 5 years. Now, here's the insight I'm going to tell you. When you've been with one person for 5 years, your entire molecules have changed. You are not the same human being as you were before. First of all, they've all changed. Even if you were just by yourself, all your molecules change, right? Every 7 years, you got a whole brand new body. But 5 years breathing the same air, hearing their voice every day, smelling them every day, touching their skin, or seeing them walk across the room, or hearing the footsteps on the floor, or the sound of their voice, knowing what they like to eat and they don't like. All of that stuff becomes integrated into the central nervous system of a human being, and you are no longer just you, you are us. Okay? You switch from being me and you to being us. Okay? And so when you pull that apart, it's like having part of your guts taken out. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yes.
You don't just get over that and say, okay, well, I'll just get another girl, right?
Yes.
You just don't get over that like that. It takes a while for your central nervous system to sort of reestablish its own equilibrium, to become mentally, emotionally, physically, and spiritually in balance with yourself, and to become whole as a human being. And from that wholeness, take that to another person and say, here I am, whole, complete, and in integrity with myself as a man, and I would like to share my life with you. Would you like to do that? You see what I'm saying? That's an entirely different place to be. And I have made this journey from the first condition that I was telling you about to that other condition where I could stand on my own and say, you know what? If you marry me, you do. If you don't, you don't, because I'm whole and complete by myself. I am a man who has all of my stuff together, and I'd like to share it with you. That's different. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yes.
Now, as a woman, you deserve nothing less than 100% of his time, energy, money, sexuality, and attention. You deserve that if you're going to give him your 100% of your love and attention and sensuality and beauty and the honor and pleasure of having you as his wife, then that's a great honor that a woman bestows upon a man, and she deserves to have 100% of his attention right back, you see.
Exactly.
Now, if part of him is kind of lame and limping along and trying to get it together and covering up the fact that he's kind of lame and trying to get it together, right? Or maybe he doesn't even know himself that he's still kind of wounded inside, that he deserves to have the time to reconstruct himself as a man, to reconstruct he's just lost half his business and his house and his money and everything. Right? And if there's kids involved, now he's got, for the rest of his life, has he got kids?
No, he doesn't.
Okay, well, that's a good thing. I mean, it really is. Because